Go.
Hello, my friends. It's warm, sunny, and lovely in Minnesota until tomorrow when it'll be 30 degrees out and snowing.
Yeah.
So, in any case, I'm just here to welcome you to the Calendar Girls special event, and that it's April, and that they're doing something with calendars, I assume, and junk.
And it's supposed to be garden themed, and
Garden themed.
we can't really keep garden themed around here since it's going to snow and
don't
get
really
cold again
have a
tomorrow.
garden. We could plant a garden, but tomorrow it'll be a snow garden.
Yay!
So anyway, I hope you're all enjoying the show and everyone on there. Do you have any special guests this week, Lovey, or are we just...
Yes, her name's Sharon.
Sharon.
Yes.
Hello, Sharon. It's nice to see you here in sunny Minnesota. And maybe I'll even film something tomorrow when I show you how cold and miserable it is outside. But in the meantime, please enjoy the Calendar Girls.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, so welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts and welcome back to Calendar Girls, hosted by the busy housewife, me, Simply Blessed Crafts, and our guest host this month is Grace's neighbor, Sharon. Welcome everybody. We're going to get right into project number 1. Must-use calendars, and our theme this month is, we're kind of going a little bit more like spring garden-y. So this one didn't turn out exactly the way I was originally planning, but it was still cute. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still cute. But my thought process was, okay, I'm just gonna cut this out and I'm gonna just use like the side images when I first thought of this, because I was like, I don't really want to just glue down the entire sheet here, because that wasn't exactly where I wanted to go with this. But I really like the birdhouse here, and I really like the watering can. It kind of really spoke garden-y to me. So I cut that out first. And then I'm like, okay, well, I really like the frog and the mushroom, so, and the butterfly and all that, and the flowers. So I'm going to cut out that. So we kind of just left the gnome and the saying up here. And then once I got all them glued down, kind of going ahead of myself here, but you know, once I'm sitting here, I'm just kind of like hem-hawing around going, okay, well, what am I going to put inside of this? I'm not sure what the heck I'm going to do with it. So I'm just kind of, you know, I was just like, well, I'm going to just see what comes to me and we'll see what happens, and I'm not sure what we're going to do. But so I glued them down and, you know, get them all set and all that, and still thinking as I'm gluing them down, like, what am I going to do with the pages? I still want to cover them up. We're kind of, you know, just kind of doing a collage page and everything, but I just wanted to know what I'm going to do. I wasn't, you know, hem-hawing around. And then I pick up the page and I'm like, you know, I didn't even read what it says up here. And it says, I'm a fun guy once you get to know me. I was like, oh my gosh, that is actually the cutest dang thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And then I'm like, I kind of like it. And I love gnomes. So why are we trying to just not use him? So then I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm going to use this. So then I'm like, well, now I kind of have to glue him down. So then I'm trying to piece them together back into this little thing, which I could have just folded it in the middle and just glued it all the way down instead of just, I don't know, piecing it, but it would have been too big anyway, so I don't know. Maybe piecing it together would have been the best way to do it anyway. I don't know, but that wasn't my original plan. And here I've realized that when I glued it down, my words for the whole purpose of the fun guy know me thing saying was halfway off of my page. So I'm actually going to kind of grab my X-Acto knife and kind of cut around the bottom of this and kind of lift it up. The glue is a little tacky still, So I was able to still pull it up before it actually dried completely down. So I pulled it up and was like, well, I still want that on there. So here we're just going to kind of just flip it up there. Just scoot it down a little bit more. So here we're piecing more together. So yeah, we ended up doing the gnome anyway. I don't know. Very undecided person I am. And then I grab out this other calendar. I grabbed this one originally because I was, always thinking after the fact that I am not keeping all these calendars whole. And I really liked how beautiful some of these flowers and stuff were. And this is exactly the reason why I picked up these calendars, is right here. And this one here, I basically grabbed this one and I'm going to fussy cut all of these little flowers out. I am not going to show you all that because that would be boring. And it probably took me a good hour to do it. So I am now going to kind of piece these down. To be honest with you, I'm kind of trying to doing right where the lines are to where I pieced these together to kind of make it look a little bit more garden-y, like he's watering his flowers and getting them all set. But I also wanted to hide kind of where I cut and pieced all of these together to hide the fact that these are like 3 different pieces. But yet not covering up like the bird and the dragonfly and stuff like that. I do cover up some of the pieces, but not all. So I'm just kind of basically just taking my glue and just kind of going around and filling in some areas where I feel it's best, I guess. I did cover up these mushrooms down here, but one of them ended up getting half cut off anyway because it was just too low. So, but I have the really big mushroom over on the other side, so I was okay with that. Some of these do get a little off camera too, so you kind of have to bear with me on some of that. And I also bear with me on some of this too. If I keep too much of some of this fussy cutting in, apologies. When I was editing this, I was dealing with a sickness. I ended up getting sick. It was like a 24-hour bug, and then I had a really massive migraine. So I was trying to edit through some of this while I was doing that, so some of this stuff might be a little long and a little meh. So just kind of bear with me there. But I wanted to show you kind of some of the stuff that I was doing, but yet not bore you guys completely to death. Anyway, project number 2. You'll see more of that one in the final reveal. So this one was my absolute favorite. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. These pieces of paper that I'm going to be gluing down here in my book came from a book from Barnes & Noble. I ripped out. They're just scrapbook or scrap paper that you can use for junk journaling or card making or something like that. They sell these books in Barnes & Noble for this purpose. This one actually had a coloring sheet on the back of it. It was really hard for me to do this, but I really wanted this this paper. So I took a deep breath and I just let it go. I'm one that loves to color, but I let it go and I just sucked it up and just moved on from it. I have so many coloring books, it's not like I need to color every dang coloring sheet under the sun. So, we moved on. We moved on from that and we just glued it down. So, So yeah, so now we glued these two down. I loved these two papers together. Bad part is that we're gonna end up covering up a lot of it, but it still ends up really pretty. This is gonna be our background. So I have one of these lovely gals in my stash. I'm gonna kind of fussy cut around her a little bit. Hold on, guys, I need a drink. I'm starting to get a little dry. Okay, anyway. So I'm gonna kind of fussy cut around her a little bit. This gal I got in a pack of papers from Temu a good while back. I got a bunch more, but I really liked how she looked. And I like how she has her eyes closed, like she's reminiscing and in peace and stuff. So we're gonna kind of you're gonna kind of see why I'm going with her here in a minute. So I'm also been going through a lot of my magazines that I have picked up and been like fussy cutting and get a bunch of beautiful images, and we're gonna grab out some of these here. This is a basket full of just magazine images, and we have some really pretty flowers and garden pictures right here that are really speaking to me. So I figured, okay, let's throw out some of these and just play around with them. This is really where I was feeling very inspired. So I really loved this one here with all the flowers in the, in the meadow here. It looks like there was just gorgeous. She looked like she was just in love with this flower garden, and she was just smelling all the beautiful smells. So that's one of the reasons why I really liked her. She looked like she was just in a fog of just smelling all the beautiful smells. So that's why I really liked her, of how she was reminiscing in this garden. So that's why I loved her in this. So that's why I picked this. And then I loved this one with the watering cans as well. And I'm going to be gluing that one down on the other side. But I also picked a glue stick for these because I don't want a bunch of wrinkles and stuff with this. Magazine paper is a lot thinner. So I have a feeling that the art glitter glue would cause a little bit more of issues with the magazine paper. So I went with the glue stick on this one. This one was a little bit more like cardstock, so I went back to the art glitter glue on this one because it's a little more thicker. And we're just gonna glue her down in her little garden escape here. You ain't even gonna see that building up there. I'm actually her head's gonna cover that completely, and that's fine. And then this one here, I loved these watering cans, like I said. So we're gonna again go in with another one of our glue sticks and glue this one down, give it a good coat. Make sure all your edges are all good and coated. And then this one here, I had this like little tree border thing that also came from a magazine, and I'm going to glue it up here at the top. Now we're going to break out our calendar, and then I'm going to find another page with some beautiful flowers that we're going to just kind of be cutting out and putting down in some of these corners and stuff. Kind of give it a little bit more color. Kind of goes a little bit more whimsy on this with some of the colors, but I'm okay with whimsy. And this fits me so much, is quit overthinking. I mean, I overthink all the time. So, this one I did a little bit of fussy cutting, but it's not as much as I did the last time. I am kind of gonna fussy cut in groups of flowers, so I'm kind of doing, I kind of want to just kind of cover up some of the bottom of it. I actually could have left it, but I needed to use some calendars in it, so I'm gonna just cover up a little bit in the bottom and then a little bit on top is kind of all I'm doing. I'm not gonna go extreme on this because I do like the background of it, and it does bring out good color. But I did think that these flowers would bring out some pinks and some blues and stuff, which is some of the colors that we don't have in this. And I'm just gonna glue these down here towards the bottom, and it's kind of bring up a little bit of color into the pots and stuff. I'm just gonna edge this one here there at the edge of the page, so you see me do there. I do add a couple more to this other side. Oh, I do add another one there too, I guess. And then I'm gonna add a couple more down here at the very bottom. I'm gonna kind of flip up a couple of the leaves, or a couple of the petals from this other flower here. I'm gonna kind of push this one all the way over to the corner. Here is what I'm doing. And then we're going to make sure everything's glued down really nicely. Make sure our petals are nice and glued down. And Bisky's playing with the cat. And we're going to add a couple of them up here at the very top, just by her head as well. And then I believe that's the only ones that I do. I don't finish out that strip. I think those are the only ones I do left. Shh. No bark, please. And then I think that's it, guys. And then we'll see our final reveal. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Again, I'm sorry if anything was really long and it carried on a little too much. Like I said, I was editing this when I was sick, but sorry about the dog barking. But yeah, so make sure you guys go check everybody else out on the playlist. This is a playlist, and make sure you guys go give our hosts a follow and subscribe and hype everybody's video if you can hype, guys. Give them all some love. Go check out Grace Neighborhood Sharon. She's been on YouTube for a while. She has some great ideas, and she's adorable. So make sure you go check her out stuff too. She does some great ideas, guys. Make sure you go give my good friend Jess a follow too and give her some love. I thank you guys all for coming over and seeing what I do in my mixed media junk journaling stuff. I've been enjoying doing this art. It's been so much fun. It's been turning more into mixed media than junk journaling, but it's still junk journaling. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. God bless you all. And I will see you guys all in the next one. I hope to have a Tag Tuesday out here soon. God bless y'all. Bye.